Hello, and welcome back to Positivity, a show that is meant to help women gain confidence through the transitions we face in our everyday lives. I am your host, Dominique Joy, and on today's episode with the series of happiness, I have a question for you guys. Are you looking for happiness? I mean, seriously looking for it? Well, if so, stop looking in your neighbor's yard. We've all heard the cliche the grass is always greener in our neighbor's yard. What they don't tell you is that the grass still has to be mowed, still has to be watered and weeded, raked, and fertilized. The Buddha was the first to recognize that emotional pain can be just as real and harsh as physical pain. Through careful observation, he determined that people were good at spending time on their physical hygiene, but spent little to no time on mental hygiene. It's amazing how so many of us look good on the outside but are struggling on the inside. The Buddha also believed that the key to finding happiness was in relieving one's emotional suffering, and that's the best way to reduce this suffering was by controlling our emotions. Just as a good mother watches her children go, the wise men watch where their mind goes. One of the harmful emotions that the Buddha taught we need to watch is envy. Envy is time spent wanting what our neighbor has instead of time spent enjoying what we have. Now, it's true, I get it, that when used properly, envy, it can be a good thing. It can be a terrific motivator. The problem is that too many of us with real envy, real true envy, we always end up wanting more and then discovering that more just still is not enough. And that is when it becomes too difficult to control. The Buddha taught us that the way to achieve happiness begins with turning negative thoughts into positive ones. The power of positivity. The successful landscaper knows that for his lawn to thrive, it needs to be weeded and fertilized, right? You have to take care of it. You have to water your yard. The person seeking happiness can begin by following his example and weeding out any negative thoughts and then planting positive ones. Many people believe that happiness is just a winning lottery ticket. It's just, oh, you're just lucky. No one is never really that happy. But true happiness is not based on how much we have, but on how little we need. I'll say that again. True happiness is not based on how much we have, but on how little we need. Happiness is accepting, it's appreciating and enjoying what the world has to offer. True happiness can only be achieved if we spend more time weeding out envious thoughts rather than in trying to match or better our neighbor's lawn. Just because an elephant is the biggest doesn't mean he also is the biggest animal in the jungle. Sometimes it's as simple as taking the time to look back at how far you've come instead of always looking ahead to where you want to be. When was the last time you took a moment to pat yourself on the back for all the things you've accomplished? When was the last time you looked at all of those hard times and realized, I'm okay. I made it through. Besides, maybe your neighbor works harder at his yard than you do. I mean, that's just fact, right? Maybe he's just luckier. So we think. Is matching or bettering your neighbor's accomplishments really that important to you? We all get to choose how we spend our time. So stop looking at your neighbor's yard and start enjoying your own. That's what it's there for. Weed out the envy, and you'll find your whole outlook improving. Thank you again for tuning in. And until next time, peace and blessings.